So what am I about to start is question number 29. So here it says if A and G be arithmetic mean and geometric mean respectively between two positive numbers. So previously I have already discussed about geometric mean. So geometric mean was what? Suppose we have two numbers A and B. So a number which number should I put between A and B such that, suppose let it be C. So ACB will be in GP. So this C will be given by root over of AB. We have discussed this one, and how we found out this one by finding the common ratio. So common ratio is what? These two numbers if I pick, common ratio is what? C by A, and that will be equal to B by C. That will be same as common ratio B by C. So how much you're getting? You're getting C square if you do the cross multiply, and C square is equal to C AB. So C becoming root over of AB. So this C is nothing but the geometric mean of A and B, right? Now we have to find arithmetic mean. So what is arithmetic mean? So arithmetic mean is same concept. If you have two numbers, arithmetic mean will be that number which must be placed between A and B such that ABC are in ACB are in AP. So what will be the arithmetic mean? So what will be that value of C? So here we know common difference between two consecutive numbers, the difference between two consecutive numbers. So common difference is C minus A. So here common ratio was what? C by A. So common difference is what? C minus A. And the same thing, that is equal to what? B minus C also. That is same, B minus C. Now take this C that side. So it becomes what? C plus C, that is 2C, and A this side. So you get what? A plus B. So C becomes what? A plus B by 2. So arithmetic mean is nothing but A plus B by 2. So if somebody asks you what is geometric mean, that is root over of AB. This one is your geometric mean. And what is arithmetic mean? It is A plus B by 2. So these are the way how you will find out. So here it says that if A and G be arithmetic mean and geometric mean respectively between two positive numbers, prove that the numbers are A plus minus root over of A plus G divided by A minus G. So first thing, they're saying that there are two numbers and whose arithmetic mean and geometric mean are A, capital A and capital G. Now we have to prove that the numbers are A plus minus root over of A plus G divided by A minus G. Now first thing, let us assume those two numbers as small a and small b. So let the two positive numbers be A and B. If they are A and B, so I get the value of arithmetic mean. So the value of arithmetic mean of A and B is what? A plus B by 2. And the value of geometric mean is nothing but root over of AB. So now what we are going to do is we have to prove that A plus minus root over of A plus G into A minus G, this gives you the two values. So this will give you what? This will be nothing but equal to A or B, right? So now first thing what I will do, you see it says plus minus. So basically means what? We have to prove that A is equal to A plus root over of A plus G into A minus G, and we have to prove that B is equal to A minus root over of A plus G into A minus G. That's what you have to prove. Okay. So A is that positive number which you have taken. So A will be that plus sign 1 and B will be the minus sign 1. So that's what we have to prove. So let's start with that thing. So how do we do that? Or else we can interchange them also, because two positive numbers, A is smaller than B, right? A and B, A is smaller than B. So I will take the positive sign for the B one and keep the negative sign for A, because small a is smaller than small b. That's why A minus this one is to be proved. So what we are going to do is, first thing, let us start with A. So the first here we have what? I shall write this one as 1 and write this one as 2. So we have this first expression A minus this thing. So let us do here, let us put these values of AM and GM in here. So here from 1, in order to, we have to prove 1. So in place of capital A, what we are going to write? A plus b by 2 minus, now look at here, this basically, before doing anything, I can write this one as a square minus g square. Without even looking, I can write this one as root over of a square minus g square, because it has what? A plus g into a minus g, right? That is what we have written. So we have a plus b by 2. So let us write this one as left hand side. No, not left hand side, right hand side, because we have to prove that one is the positive number. So minus root over of a square is what? A plus b by 2 whole square, minus g square is what? Root over of ab whole square. This is what we have. Look at here, they said that am is capital A, so this one is nothing but capital A. AM is capital A, so this one is capital A and this one is capital G. So in place of capital A, I am putting that value, and in place of capital G, I am putting this value. So what you get after this is a plus b by 2 minus root over of, if I take the LCM, what do I get is 2. This one becomes what? A plus b, sorry, it is 4. 2 square, right? It is 2 square. It is 4 minus, now if I do the LCM, this one is what? Root over of AB square is what? AB. Now if I do LCM, 4 will be multiplied with this one. So we have 4AB. This one is 4AB. I hope it's clear. So it's 4AB after taking LCM. Now we know that A plus B whole square minus 4AB. That is what? That is A minus B whole square. You can check it yourself. A plus B whole square is what? A square plus B square plus 2AB minus 4AB. So this one cuts. We have what? Minus 2AB. So a square plus b square minus 2ab. That's the formula of a minus b whole square. So what do you get? A plus b by 2 minus square root of a minus b whole square by 4. So this square root, this is a minus b whole square. So square will goes away, and this is 4. So 2 square is 4. So it will become 2. So what do you have? A plus b by 2 minus a minus b by 2. So what do you get is, this one we are getting as b. So a plus b minus a plus b divided by 2. So that is coming out to be 2b by 2. So 2 gets cancelled. We are getting as b. So what we see that actually this one, our assumption was wrong. So this is we can say that it's coming one of the elements. So basically what you have to do is, you don't have to write this thing. This thing we don't have to, there is no need of writing this one. There is no need of writing this one. So directly we can start with this one, because you see it's all about the assumption. This a value can be anything, right? So that's why a and b value can be anything. So it's like the b will be the first letter or something like that. So we can say that my assumption was wrong. So it can be possible. There is no wrong in that. So what you do is that, forget about that step. So when you see that, you can write this one will be the positive integers. So this a plus minus root over of a plus g into a minus g will be the positive integers. So now we have proved that this minus sign, that minus sign is one of the elements, that is b. I have proved that the minus sign. Now all we have to do is, we have to prove for the plus sign one. So the plus sign will be what? It is a plus root over of a plus g into a minus g. So let us prove this plus sign 1. So now this one is equal to what? This one is equal to a is what? A plus b by 2 plus root over of, this one again we can write a square minus g square. So what you are getting? A plus b by 2 plus root over of a plus b whole square minus g is what? Root over of ab whole square. So we are getting a plus b by 2 plus root over of the same thing as the previous one. So it is what? A minus b whole square by 4. So a plus b by 2 plus a minus b by 2. So what you are getting in here is a plus b plus a minus b by 2. So we are getting as a. So here we are getting the value as a. So a is another element. So we have proved that those two, a plus minus root over of a plus g and a minus g, are nothing but they are the positive elements. These things are no need to write. Okay, clear? So you will write this one, a plus minus g will be the positive integers, and then after taking one of them, I will write here a minus root over of a plus g, a minus g. So we prove that this a minus thing is the element v, and that a plus 1 gives the element a. Okay, so this is how we do it. Now question number 31. So question number 31, what we have is, what will rupees 500 amounts to in 10 years after its deposit in a bank which pays annual interest of 10% compounded annually? So this is basically a compound interest question. I hope you know the formula of the compound interest. So you have to find the amount. The principal is given 500 rupees, the rate is given 10%, and the time is given 10 years. So what was the amount? So this one is just the compound interest formula. So amount is equal to 500 into, it was p into 1 plus r by 100 to the power n. This was the formula for amount by doing compound interest. So p into 1 plus, rate is how much? Rate is your 10 divided by 100 into the power 10. So that was the formula. So by this way you have to just find the value. So 500 into 110, if you do the LCM, divide by 100. So this 0 0 gets cut. So we have to the power 10. So it's coming out to be 500 into 11 by 10 to the power 10. So this is basically, you will write rupees in here. So this is the amount which you will be getting. This is just simple compound interest formula, and that's it. Achha, question number 32. Question number 32 says, if AM and GM of the roots of a quadratic equation are 8 and 5 respectively, then obtain the quadratic equation. Now, roots of a quadratic equation. So we have learned this one. Achha, AM and GM are roots. So first thing, let the numbers be A and B. So first thing, we assume that the numbers be A and B. So first thing, the AM is given as what? 8. Now AM is equal to 8. So 8 is equal to what? A plus B by 2. Right? This is my AM. And what is my GM? GM, that is equal to 5. And that is equal to root over of AB. Right? Now, so they said that these two are the roots of the quadratic equation. AM and GM are root of the quadratic equation, and you have to find that quadratic equation. Now it's just an what should I say? It's a quadratic equation question. So if you have two roots, alpha and beta, how to form the quadratic equation? The way to form is, all you have to do is x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha into beta is equal to 0. This is how we found quadratic equation, when we know the roots of the quadratic equation. So it's not actually an AM-GM problem. It's very, very easy. Actually, you have to find the roots. So you have to find the value of A and B, because AM and GM are not the roots. It says if AM and GM of roots of the quadratic equation. So basically alpha and beta, they are the roots of the quadratic equation. Now these two numbers, AM is given, that is 8, and these two numbers GM, that is 5. So we have to find the value of A and B. Okay, so I will write here, let the roots be A and B. Okay, so with using these two equations, we have to find the value of A and B. So let's see how we're going to do this one. So from here, what we are going to write here is from equation 2. Now let's write. So from equation 2, what we can get is, I will just square these two sides. So we can 5 is equal to root over of AB. I can write this one as 25 is equal to AB. This is my equation number 2. right? And from equation 1 what we have is, from equation 1 what we have, a plus b by 2 is equal to 8. So a plus b is equal to 16. So this is what we have. Now you see, I need to find a and b. So basically we have what, two variables. So I need what, two equations. So if I get one equation as this, a plus b by 16. Now if I get another equation in which we have a minus b, then we can easily solve this one, right? So how can we get that thing? So let us see. So here if I square these sides, both sides, what do you get? A plus b whole square is equal to 16 square, right? And previously we have seen a formula, that is a plus b whole square minus 4ab is equal to what? A minus b whole square, right? So I will subtract both sides by 4ab. So a plus b whole square minus 4ab is equal to 16 square minus 4ab. I can do that thing. So a plus b whole square minus 4ab is a minus b whole square, and that 16 square is what, 256, and 4ab, ab value is what, 25. So 4ab is what, 100, 4 into 25 is 100. So that is coming out to be 156. So a minus b is equal to square root of 156. This is what we are getting. So here we see a plus b is 16 and a minus b is square root of 156. So basically if I have to try to find this one simplified form, how much we are getting? 2, 7, 2, 8, 2, 3, 2, 9. This is basically we are getting 2 root 39. This is what we are getting. So all you have to do is you have to find the value of a and b. So let me just copy this one and let me go into the next page. So a minus b is 2 root 39 and a plus b is 16. Now all you have to do is add these two equations. So let me first write this one, equation number 4. So a plus, now equation 3 plus equation 4. Now I am adding two equations, a plus b is equal to 16 and a minus b is equal to 2 root 39. So if I add them, what do we get is, these two gets cancelled. So 2a is equal to 16 plus 2 root 39. Therefore a is equal to 16 plus 2 root 39 divided by 2. So if you cut 2, so in the numerator we are getting 8 plus root 39. So this is my a. Now b will be what? Just put the value of a, that is 8 root 39 in here. So what do you get? 8 plus 39 plus b is equal to 16. So therefore b is equal to what? So you're getting 8 minus root 39. So this is what you are getting. So a is 8 plus root 39 and b is 8 minus 2 root 39. Now I told you what? If I know the roots, now the roots are what? Now the roots of the quadratic equation is, are 8 plus root 39 and 8 minus root 39. So these are the two roots of the quadratic equation. So now the quadratic equation is what? X square minus a plus bx plus ab equal to 0. That's how we find quadratic equation, by using the roots of the quadratic equation. So x square minus ab is what? A is 8 plus root 39. Take any one of them as a. There is no harm in it. 8 minus root 39 plus ab 8 plus root 39, then 8 minus root 39 is equal to 0. So root 39 goes out. So we have x square minus 16x, there will be x, then plus a square. So 8 square minus 39, root 39 whole square. So we have 0. So x square minus 16x plus 64 minus 39 equal to 0. So this is coming out to be 25. X square minus 16x plus 25 equal to 0. That will be my answer. So that's how we find the quadratic equation, by the roots. So please concentrate. I in the middle I made a mistake somewhere, so then I rectified it. So please concentrate and please follow. Look at the entire video. Okay.